Hello, Chrissy here. I thought, you know what, it's been a long while since I've done a genuine live YouTube video. So I thought that when we're in the others, I'd show you the mini kitchen and make some quick garlic and shrimp. Go with some noodles. Okay. This is the mini kitchen. This is my nightmare. 4 little burners, little side counter, and all the ingredients we need. As you can see, the kitchens and the efficiencies aren't very big, but they're big enough for what we'll need. So, get this adjusted so you guys can see down there and there. Come on. Nah, close enough. Alright, so I've got garlic and pure olive oil from Stone Mill. Some leftover medium shrimp from last night, and the cocktail sauce. A bag of green onions, some mini sweet peppers. Look like that. And last but not least, and most important as far as I'm concerned, a small container of malt cider vinegar. So, new battle one. The first thing I am going to do is release the onion from its package of bonding. Yeah, that's right. Get that onion out of that bag. And then I'm going to dig, or not dig, mind you, get a plate out of the cupboard. So here, and I'm going to get out, I think it's about 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what, I'll be nice, because I know Nord likes exact. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to take out 8 of the green onion stems and proceed to chop them off at the hill. That's right. This is the part we're just not interested in right now. So, I'm going to find a jar. I'm going to stick the bottoms in there. Put some water in it. And set it off to the side. And then I'm going to chop the green onion into little cutesy sections. Now mind you, you can use red onion, green onion, white onion. It all depends on what you like. Myself, I like the green onion shoots because I think they're stronger when you cook them. You definitely get an onion flavor from the onion shoots. So, that being said, and that being done, I'm going to get a bowl, and I'm going to get the green onion off of my chopping plate so that it's not in my road. Shaky, shaky. And I'm going to get a whole lot of shrimp from last night. Sorry guys, the cocktail sauce has to go. That stuff sits out too long, you'll get icky, sicky. So, keeping again with Nord's traditions of exact measurements, what we have here are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16 medium-sized 18 to 40 ounce shrimp. So let's do the obvious. The tails have to go. Let's just do it this way. And you really shouldn't do it this way. You really should take the knife and cut the tails off. But you know what? I only get so long on YouTube, which is like an hour. And I want you guys to be able to see this cook. So let's do it the cheater's quick way. Taking the tail, so you can see, over here, pulling it here, and pulling it apart. See? One more time. Setting tails on one side, and the poor detailed shrimp on the other. Mind you, if they were still alive, I couldn't do this. I cannot stand, in all truth, unless it's chicken, I cannot stand to eat meat that has a face. Once the face is taken off, kind of forget it had a face. But as long as the face is on, I can't stand it. So, shrimp. Now, garlic. And the reason I use the one in pure olive oil, again, it will bring out more garlic flavor. If you do it in water, it dilutes it. Pure olive oil garlic is much stronger. Now, set this off to the side now that I have it open, because I'll need it in a minute. Now I'm going to take my shrimp and tuck them in with the onion. What? Tuck them down? Yes, I did. See? Set them off to the side. Pepper time. 1. Now, let's see here. Don't like that one. So I got a different one and one red one. So we got 1 red and 1 yellow wax pepper. And they're sweet, remember? Yeah. So I'm going to dehead, so to speak, the peppers. Because even though the peppers are sweet, those little seeds inside can be kind of icky. Get rid of those. And then you got seeds on the inside, so take your knife and just kind of cut the little things off the inside. See, no seeds in there now. And then you want to do the same thing with the yellow one. Cut the little squirties, cut them out. Get them out of your way, which I have. Okay. So, I'm going to take and chop up my sweet peppers. Just in rings, because it's easier. Here in a minute, I'm going to separate them in teeny tiny pieces. So I'm going to get that all out the road. And I'm sorry for those of you who enjoy me showing you how to do it and then immediately have it done. But you know what? Realistically, it's not the way life works. Life doesn't just hand you presto changing peppers. It's like something I've learned about something else. You know, if you want something to be right, you have to be willing to take the time to deal with it. So my thought is, if you shut this off because I'm chopping peppers, and you think that takes too long, then you obviously weren't really interested in the rest of it. So, peppers are all chopped, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, something else taught me that tip, then obviously you stumbled on this video by accident. Or, more so, it's probably too early in the morning, you haven't had enough coffee yet to realize that I was talking about iVlog. I'm waiting on it. Totally not registering for vlog. Just throwing an opinion out there in a cooking video. I know somebody's going to shoot me for it, but oh well. So, all of our peppers now in fine little pieces. And I'm going to take my spoon and my garlic and olive oil. And I'm going to get me a nice heaping teaspoon of that. And drop it right in this pepper. And get it all mixed in because here in a minute it's about to join the shrimp and green onion. So, shrimp, garlic and peppers. Now you're going to say, Christy, why didn't you just put it all in the pan? Well, because check this all sorted out. Now that does not look right, does it? We don't want to put our Thai noodles with that. What did we do? Oh, I know what I did. I am such a bonehead. I put the whole shrimp in there. Grab a hold of that cutting pan again and do exactly what you shouldn't be doing. Do it with a fork. Don't do what I did. Pull them out of there. Get the shrimp out of the bowl. Because they're not supposed to be whole. Okay. Are all the shrimp out of the bowl now? You should have nothing left but a bowl of garlic, green onion, and sweet peppers. Set it off to the side. Get your knife and get those shrimp into smaller pieces. See, that's the other bad part about doing live YouTube videos. You can't stop yourself from doing something stupid like putting whole shrimp in. Okay. So you get them all chopped up into little bite-sized pieces. I'm not talking I'm not talking teeny tiny portions here. I'm talking bite-sized. So if you've got company that likes to take bigger bites, make them bigger pieces. If for some reason you decide to share this with a kid, which I don't recommend because of the garlic, it could be a little stronger for their little lungs. But hey, it's up to you. You're the parents, the babysitter, the older brother, the older sister. However the situation rises, if you decide to share with them, make it in smaller pieces so that the child does not choke in case they forget to chew. And that sounds crazy, but I know a lot of kids that just wolf things down and they don't chew. Now, when I was babysitting, I made them chew. Opposite. Anyway, so now we have our bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to put these back in with the green onion, the garlic, and the sweet peppers. Stir it around again since now the shrimp have no garlic or onion on them. Now, remember that salt and that mild vinegar we were talking about? The malt vinegar shaker? We're going to put a little bit of that right over the top of the onion. Now, there's a good reason for it, I promise. Okay. Mix it around a little bit again, and you'll notice the aroma is very, very pleasant. The malt vinegar kind of blends all of those smells in together, almost like a salad. So, but mind you, the strongest thing you'll smell for the minute is the vinegar. It's good. So we got our lid back on this piece. We got everything back in. And remember, guys, seriously, if you're going to cook, put things back. When you are done, clean up your mess. Do not leave it for whoever you're hanging out with to find. So, here's my pan. Gotta turn my fire on. Gotta have fire. Since it's a gas stove, I'm gonna put it at 4.5. Let's get the camera the hell away from the stove, shall we? Because you know you really shouldn't put the camera right next to a working stove. Okay. Ha! Hi! While I'm waiting for the stove to heat up, which it clearly is, I know you can't see the fumes, but I can. So I'm going to put my pan right over that burner and bring it down to the floor. So while my pan's heating up, which by the way has leftover baking grease in it, which does help. I know that sounds a little nuttier than a fruitcake, but vegetarians, this is where you get off the boat. I'm sorry. I have to use bacon grease because the flavor of the bacon is amazing. And now, right now at this point, there's some Jewish woman going, "No, don't ruin it with the bacon!" But I'm sorry. I enjoy bacon. I know you don't. You can use regular oil, olive oil, grease, but I enjoy bacon, so there's bacon grease in the pan. Hang on. Let me get a cigarette. While the pan's heating. Okay, so I got my pop, I got my phone, my cigarettes, because as I was told by a wise owl, you don't want to smoke and cook at the same time. So smoke away from the stove. And if you live with someone who doesn't smoke, or if you have people that are going to be eating the meal who don't smoke or are allergic to cigarette smoke, go out of the kitchen to smoke. Okay? Even if they're not in the kitchen while you're cooking, if they're allergic to cigarette smoke, that crap that's in your cigarette, the smoke from it and the fumes from it is going to go in their food. So unless you have a whole house full of smokers, which we do here, minus Tim, then it's all good. And Tim doesn't eat shrimp anyway, so it's okay to smoke in the kitchen while making this shrimp. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Now, let me think straight. Yeah, I know. Somebody just laughed and went, "When do you do that?" Okay, so the grease is real hot. Let's get our shrimp and all that loveliness down into that spatula. Flatten that out so that it cooks. Okay, now like I said, because it's a gas stove, I have it on 4. You don't want to go much higher than 4 for the time being, because if you do, you're going to wilt that green onion really bad. And even though you know it's going to wilt some when you cook it, you don't necessarily want to see how fast you can wilt it. So, this is cooking. I'm back from the stove. Me and my cigarette are over here. As you can see, it's cooking very nicely. It's doing what it's supposed to do. While we're waiting on the things to saute, let me say this. There once was a man who had a plan, a grand design, years and years and years ready before his time. He wasn't quite certain of all the things that he needed to do to make things better for the many, not just the few. He tried his hardest to work in sweat, blood, and tears. He put together everything he had, all the money he had saved through the years. No one bothered to ask him where the income came. No one bothered to ask for his real name. But then the man came across something he could do with great dissent. Then all of a sudden, then they had respect for the gent. So he plotted and planned, and he designed, and he schemed, and he made this thing, this website of dreams. But then along came another man who saw all the work he'd done, and he thought, screw that shit. I don't want to work. I want to have some fun. So he took all hard work of man A, and he made it his own, slapped a pretty picture on it, and put it on display. All the people who came to see what it was he had done thought, oh, this is great. Surely this will win. He's number 1. But he did not stop to think about the first man who made the first bit that he copied from. And the sad thing is, when the storms came, girl, he had the only shelter. Believe that to be true. He's made us home for me and you. Think twice before you run into this thing that looks so nice. Maybe, just maybe, it's a criminal device. No one stops to think or ponder or wonder what might be. They just jump on the first free ride and yell, whee! So my advice to you is simple but plain. I just haven't put it out and out words, and probably never will per se. My advice to you is simple and it's clear. Do not take the easy path. We have more to travel from here. So now that this is cooking, by the way, guys, hi. So now that this is cooking, want to say, so now that this is doing its saunter cooking thing, normally, right now, at this point, is when I would take another pot full of water right there, okay? And I would let it boil. I'd maybe even put a little sea salt if I so desired. Then I would let that get hot, and when it got hot, I would put my Thai noodles right in there, okay? And I would let them get, like, not real smushy and not real stiff. You know what I mean? Like, kind of an al dente thing. And then I'd take them out, drain them, bring them back, and at that point, this garlic mixture would be ready. I'd dump it into the bigger pan, stir it around, and voila, Thai noodles. But for this particular case and scenario, this is not going in noodles yet because I don't know what kind of noodles Gail and Tim want with this. Because I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for them. So, Now that we got this all cooked, I'll show you up close. It's really nice and tender. You can tell. Looky there. Ooh. Shrimp, sweet pepper, garlic and olive oil, and of course green onion with a little bacon grease. Doesn't that look yummy? So, until next time, this is Christy saying, cooking is one thing that will teach you patience. If you have no patience, start learning how to cook. Bye.